Morning, Sagar. Morning, Short It All. Hope you guys are doing all right. Sagar, how'd it go this weekend? She was born Friday night. Nice. Congratulations, man. Have you gotten enough sleep? Sleep deprived already. Yeah. It's rough, man. Those first few weeks are kind of like a dream. I mean, it really is. It's crazy. Been looking for sleep. Maybe it's lost and found. Oh, man. Well, congratulations. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. As you guys can see, and I'll go ahead and tell you guys. Morning, work diver. Good to see you too, man. As you guys can see, I did take a pre-market trade, and I actually went short 50 shares here. I saw this getting a rejection, and Boeing is weak. Boeing is weak, and it's sitting at a really critical level here. If it can break 150, 150 is a pretty big number. So I think if it can break 150, we could get a move, at least down to close to 140, and maybe even a breakdown into the 130s. And so I went ahead and just was going to start averaging into my position. But I said, if this comes out and looks like it's going to break out past the pre-market or the last run up on the high, I'll get out. I mean, there was at one point I could have taken, I don't know, $30, $40 of profit on it. But I was really, again, I was looking to build a position. I was almost going to add back in when it came up here, but I had this trend line set, and I said, nah, if it breaks the trend line, let me just see if it breaks out and then fakes out, then comes down, and then I would have re-added down here. But I had to get out. I had to get out, and as you can see, it's continuing to run up, and it's basically following the SPY again. I mean, it's kind of the story of a lot of different stocks right now. I mean, there is some divergence with some of these stocks, um, but yeah. So anyway, just little, lost $40 on that pre-market trade. But again, the setup looked good, and in so I took a very conservative share size and just committed to getting out, without losing much at all. So I actually did. Once it broke out of the trend line, I did set an order here. It was like 153.50, I believe, and it never came back down. It kept going, and well, it eventually did come back down, but I didn't know if this was going to be some kind of blue sky breakout or whatever, so I just went ahead and got out. So, I mean, if it had gotten me out where I wanted to get out, it would have only been like a $20 loss. But anyway, um, yep, BLPH definitely has potential this morning. I did look at SPCB, and I don't know. This is very very slow moving. I would let me see here, and you can see it's not really a previous runner. I mean, it doesn't really have major runs, and that might even be because of the float. Let me look at this float. I forgot about this one. See what this one is. Okay, so 17 million. Yeah, it's a lower price, 17 million. I don't expect this to do too much today, honestly, but in case it does, I suppose I'd be interested at a breakout above 125. But the thing is a lot of these types of stocks have been breaking out and just completely selling off. So I don't know. Again, it's not like a huge. Um, I don't know. I'm not going to put it on my watch list, but like I said, I'll set an alert there just in case. And then let's see, PSTV. I don't think I looked at that one. So this is a $2 stock. It's had a breakout of these key moving averages. It could make a move. It could make a move up there. Let's see what the stats are on this one. Okay, 3 million. Yeah. Good pre-market volume. Okay. And the catalyst is, let's see, licensed novel oncology platform expands pipeline. Um, okay. All right. That's decent. That's decent. So I'll set an alert. Again, this is another one I probably won't put on my watch list, but I'd be interested at the break of 250. So PSTV, we'll just say 246. So as soon as it gets right above this level here, I might be interested. Let's see. Good morning, Notre Dame. Good to see you, ma'am. Good to see you. So work is definitely on the radar, and as you guys can see, I already set an alert. If it gets over to 29.91 ask, and I put a little note here that there is a breakout above $30.47. So once it gets basically over this level, we could get a good solid continuation up. So again, this is a more recent IPO'd stock back in June of 2019. So I might be interested if it starts making its way up. BLPH, I've got that on watch. Not setting an alert for that. I'm just going to watch that occasionally. OMI looks like it could have a nice little breakout above some of these levels, and if it wants to keep going, this one could make a good move. Now it is a higher share float, so it might be a slow mover. So I don't know. I may not have the patience to get in on that one. It really has to move quickly. Now the good thing is it has a short float percentage of 20%. So, or really almost 21%, 20.92% to be exact. And if that's enough at 60 million share float, that is enough to cause a short squeeze. That is enough to cause a short squeeze. So that's why I'm interested in that one. J&J had some news on it, something related to coronavirus. I think they're working on something. Let's see here. What was it? J&J to start human testing of coronavirus vaccine by December. Yeah, so they're getting in on it. They're getting in on it, and it's a higher price stock. So but it's also, it's like 2.7 billion float. So it would have to really be moving a lot for me to, feel good about trying to get in on this. But I'm probably not going to. And as a matter of fact, this is one of those ones that is not, it's kind of on the watch list, but I'm going to move it down because I don't, SPXL, I have not had a really good time with, so I'll probably keep that at the very bottom. Tesla, I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Now, the other ones that I want to look at, obviously, ZM. Let's see. Oh, and Sagar says PSTV has resistance around 275-ish, but break of 3 might be safe. Okay, good. Good call. OMI, Notergan says OMI could be a good push for bears. Producer of masks. Yep. And that's what, and again, it's got a really nice short interest on it. So, all right. So anyway, let's see. ZM, that's another one that we might be looking at. It looks like it could be nearing a breakout point. So I would probably, I drew this line, by the way. I had this line going from, back here several days prior. And I think this is a good trend line to look at because I think if it does get a drop, it could come down to this level, maybe even break through and tap this previous level of resistance right here. And it just so happens that the trend line even matches up a little bit better here at this 154 level. So I don't know. I'm going to be a little bit mindful of that as well. But as always with ZM, I'm going to want to see volume. Travel industries, I've got the cruise lines up here because, and it looks like they're making bullish moves. And of course, we're going to probably, here's the thing. It's just like we've been talking about. This market is just completely irrational right now. So, but fundamentally, CCL and RCL should be tanking today. They should be tanking today. You know, the airlines are getting much more support, and the cruise ships, you know, people in a down economy, you know, people can do without cruise lines. Okay, people can do without cruise lines, but people still have to travel, and so the airlines should. Now, I'm giving you the fundamentals here. These are the fundamentals. This is what should make sense. Okay, so, you know, but we just have to keep in mind that there's very few things that are actually making sense right now, and so we have to be careful. We still have to be careful. Um, that's hilarious. Note again, joy of missing out, Jomo. Um, but anyway, I still am looking if Boeing can get a rejection and come back down through these levels. This actually, I kind of need to move up a little bit further on the left. So BLPH, I need to move that down. Let's see. Boeing, I would like to move up, and then RCL, CCL. I'll keep the airliners together. Yeah, this looks like a good. So really the main ones I'm watching, and really even work, I'm not really concerned as much. I'm not going to be watching that one. Only if that alert goes off will I tap into work. So really what I'm watching this morning is going to be OMI. I want to keep wanting to call it Omni, but it's not Omni, it's OMI. I'm going to keep wanting to watch them. I'm going to want to watch Boeing for a significant pullback and a break of these levels on the daily and a move down to the 140s, maybe even 130s. And then I'm going to watch, and you know, so OMI is for long, obviously, and it's looks like it's breaking out past those points. So this might actually be a decent time to get in on it, but you know what? It's too close to the opening bell, so I don't know. I don't know if I would want to get in on it. So it may take off without me. But OMI for long, Boeing for short. UAL, American Airlines, in let's see. Yeah, American Airlines may end up being short as well, but I'm more short biased, actually, believe it or not, on the cruise liners. So work is going to be for a long, and then ZM's already looking like it's starting to kind of lose its lunch a little. I would probably be interested at the break of 157. So maybe even this is one of those times. I mean, SPY is pulling. Maybe that's why ZM's. I don't trust it. I just don't trust it. Even though this, I feel normally I would take this trade right now. I would just jump in with 100 shares at the break of 158, and I would look to ride it down to, you know, these levels down here. Make a quick couple $100 before the market opens. But guys, I don't know. I just don't trust it. Just don't trust it. It's very difficult right now to trust anything in this market. You know, SPY ends up pulling back. This could shoot right back up to 160. So anyway, which I'd probably get back out at 159. It would only be $100 loss. And normally $100 loss wouldn't bother me. But right now where I'm at, even $100 losses bother me. So I'm just going to be careful. Just going to be careful. Man, this is so tempting. But so work, again, if work comes up over those key critical areas, I'm going to look to go long. CCL, RCL, looking to go short. Think we can make a more of a move down. UAL, Boeing, definitely looking to go short. I'm going to remove that. If it breaks through these levels here. and then OMI looking to go long. So that's what I got. Morning, Mark. Hope you're doing all right, man. Hope everybody had a good weekend too. This was a pretty good weekend for me. Pretty relaxing. If you guys didn't get a chance to check out, and I know some of you did, I definitely saw some of you guys commenting and all that. So appreciate that. Appreciate you offering your feedback and all. But I did post another video on the trader's mind, discussing the mentality or the trader psychology behind a possible market recession. So if you guys didn't get a chance, check that out too. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and post a link here, make it easy for you. Let's see. So check out the latest. So there we go. There's the link. Let's see here. I think we're going to see a little bit of a pullback, guys. In the markets, I think we're going to see a little bit of a pullback in general. Is pulling back. See, this is why I didn't want to take ZM. Spies pushing back up, so ZM's following suit. Technicals matter very little right now, obviously. BLPH. BLPH definitely has a good catalyst behind it this morning. Let's see here. How did that testing go? BLPH, clinical stage biotherapeutics company focused on developing treatments for cardiopulmonary diseases, today announced that expanded access treatment with the pulsed inhaled nitric oxide system was initiated for the first time in a patient with a diagnosis of the coronavirus disease at the University of Miami School of Medicine. The treatment follows the recent decision by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to grant emergency expanded access that allows Pulse to immediately be used for the treatment of COVID-19 under the care and supervision of their physician. Okay. Still going to be careful, nonetheless. Obviously, I mean, we got to be careful with this stuff. If anybody else has some good input or feedback, please feel free to share. And Work Diver, by the way, I checked out the. I had a little bit of time to watch a couple of those videos from the Uneducated Economist, and very good stuff, man. That guy seems to know his stuff. He really does. He really does. He knows his stuff. And note again, I do not know what AFK means. I'm gonna have to get to know these terms a little bit better because sometimes I see stuff like that and I'm like, what does that mean? Feedback input on away from keyboard. Okay, feedback slash input on question mark. Not sure I understand. Um, but yeah. So anyway, sorry. So Work Diver. Yeah, I had a chance to check that guy out, and man, I mean, like he's on it, dude. Like he knows his stuff. You know, and there's definitely some stuff in there that I don't. You know, some of the information, which this is with anybody I listen to on YouTube. I mean, and I would even say you guys should even do this with me. But I mean, you know, there's definitely a lot of great YouTubers out there providing a lot of great um, information. Thanks, Note again. I appreciate that. But you know, I definitely I definitely try to make sure that I balance it out with other sources, and I try to because nobody's right 100% of the time about everything. So and again, that even goes for me. So I even tell people often, like, don't just take what I'm telling you. Like, you need to do some other research, and because I could be wrong. So, but with that being said, I think that this guy is very, very accurate overall. I think he's overall an extremely intelligible source. Um, and I'm interested in seeing some other videos. I may start following this guy on a regular basis. I ran through several of his videos, but I checked out some of the ones more particularly. Hold on a second. Let's see. This one needs to break. Needs to break. Need to get a very hard break on this one down past 151. Going to go ahead and come out half and consider going back in. The break of 151. Ooh, missed the add on that. Let's continue to go, Boeing. See if we can continue to go. There we go. Would look to get a break of 150. There's major divergence here off the SPY, by the way, guys. Okay, I'm going to come out just in case. Let's see. SPY's pushing, Boeing is selling. Still feel like we can get that move down. I may try to add in with just 50 shares. Okay, so I'm going to go in with 50 shares. We'll see if we can get the drop on that. See if we can get the drop. We're getting the drop. See if I can add back in. It's rough. Okay, I'm going to come out some just in case. 25 shares. Boeing struggling. Really want to see the drop down through 150. Okay. Looks like we're getting closer, narrowing the gap here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump in again. 100 shares. Come on, break of 150. Let's break. Let's break. Let's break. Here we go. See if we can break 150. It's holding. Come out half, just in case. Need to see a good solid break down through 150 here. Come out half again. Underwater again, but just want to control my risk here. See if we can get a breakthrough 150 finally. Should get the break here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and, it's missing. There we go. Should get the break at 150. We've got 132 shares here. See if we can go. See if we can go. It's having a hard time. There we go. See if we can get the continued move down. See how far we can go. Come on. Keep moving. Keep moving. There we go. Getting a good break here. Okay, coming out half. See if we can get a continuation. There we go. Continuation past 148. Can we keep it moving? There we go. We're down into 147s. Okay, going to take half. See if we can get the break. Doesn't look like it. Going to come out half there. Keep half. We're up 172. and I'm going to put a break even at 150. Actually, no, I'm going to wait for a pullback and then add. SPY's pulling. If we can get a good solid break through 147, I'll consider jumping in again with another 100 shares. It's got to be a good solid break though. Here we go. Moving. There we go. Got in a little late. See if we can keep moving. Keep moving. See if we can bust through 146. Bust through. And there we go. Take half. Okay. Take half. We're up 342. And okay, coming out. So up 328.41 right now. I'm going to wait for any kind of a significant pullback if we can get it. SPY's still pulling, so love to see the break of 146. I'll consider re-adding. There we go. Adding. See if we can get the break. Come on. Yep, there's the break. I don't like it. It's not a good break. And okay, coming out 350. Just too much pausing around that area, guys. So I'm really not happy with it. But boy, it's making the move. It's making the move. OMI got a massive sell-off, as you can see. So never hit my targets. UAL looks like it's going. RCL definitely looks like it's going. Don't want to get in on any of these right now. CCL's been halted. I'd like to wait for some kind of a pullback work. Volume has kind of dropped off a little on that. I'm going to wait for it to pick back up. I do have some points set out. And look at ZM. Really, really, really respecting that trend line. Had a couple breakthroughs, bounced right up above it, but if SPY continues to remain weak, I think this will be really good scalping territory, and I will start averaging into a position up at 158.10. I will start, let's see. Let me see where my alerts are too. And I'm going to check in real quick with BLPH. BLPH is dropping. J&J not really doing anything, so again, it's a higher float, so I don't really care too much about that one. I'm going to remove it from the watch list. ZM would be interesting to start adding into a position at 158.58, maybe even 158.48. I would start with a 50 share position and just begin scalping from that point. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's see. I'm going to set an alert at 157 or 158, excuse me. Alert. So ZM 158 ask. Okay. So, and it may hit it right now, but may not. This may get a total VWAP rejection. Is it going to hit it? BA still pulling, by the way, down 144. Okay, so ZM. Let's see if it's struggling. See what it looks like on the 5-minute. So yeah, I think this is a good place to take position. Okay, so I'm in 158.37. See how much this can come up, and I know BA can move pretty quickly, so I mean if it ends up moving too much against me, you know, I'll be careful, but I would look to add, let's see, 157. Well, okay, so we may not get it. 150, we would take 25 off at 157. Well, okay, I'll just take 25 there, and let's see what happens with this other 25. Let's see if we can come back down and test these levels. Might not be able to, so might have to. Let me see here. Okay, so it could be a VWAP test and rejection. Let's just see if it jumps down through it. It's struggling. I'll take it. Okay, so we're up 391.19. Quick little scalp there on BA just for 40 bucks. 39.75 just to be exact. Okay. Let's see. Bowen might be getting a little bit of a pullback here. Might be going on a short squeeze tear real quick. I still feel like Boeing is going to continue to pull and work towards that 141 area right here, and maybe even then break down into the 130s. So I personally am not going to go long. I guess if I went long, it would be for a really quick short squeeze scalp on that. UAL looks like it is finding some support here, and this looks like that if this support actually breaks, which it very well could, and that is at $28. I think the break of $28 could be significant. Unfortunately, it's a broker restriction. Ooh, OMI looks like it might be moving back up. So, is this a good one to get in on long? We're up enough on the day. I think I'd be okay with seeing if this is good for a long. See how much it pulls back though. There's a lot of action on this one right now. I think the note was there was a breakout at 8 something. We see a possible halt at 822. People may be trying to get into that halt. So, okay, I'm going to jump in here. Can we break it? Come on. Can we break it? Okay, I'm coming out half. Looked like it wanted to break. It's $7.99. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's not breaking, guys. It's not breaking. Ah, man. Okay. Probably not going to mess with this one. Pretty much just gave back everything I made on ZM. May give it another shot, but it's really got to show strength. Nah, I'm out. I'm out. Back down to 327, guys. So Bowen's making a push back up. UAL making a push. RCL making a push. CCL showing divergence, which Flip had called out. Good morning, Flip. Hope you're doing all right. So work going down. Going to take that off my watch list. I've got an alert set on it, so if it does anything significant, I will be alerted. SPY has bounced off the previous day close, and if it makes a move down past the previous day close, I may look to get in. And I think CCL will continue to move should that happen. So being up on the day right now, I'm willing to take a little more risk. So we're going to go short here if it'll take it. It's going to take it. We're in. We're in. It's not pushing. Let's see if it can push. There we go. There we go. Take partial there. See if we can continue to move, and if we come back, I'll get out. Okay, I'm going to get out. Back up to 376.44. $50 move on CCL. So SPCB has hit the 125 mark, by the way, for anybody who's interested. That's a breakout mark for that, and it is halted. So I'm going to add that up here real quick, SPCB. Let's see what happens with that. OMI is just ridiculous. I don't even care about that right now. So RCL looks like it could be making a move back down. I am watching for SPY. I've got previous day close. marked out right here at 253.42. That's where we closed on Friday. If we continue to make a push down there, I will look for this move down to 250. And I will continue to be short biased on some of these, more particularly the cruise liner stocks. So now if SPY turns around and gets bought up off of that previous day close, well then obviously I think we're going to make a run up. Right now I'm sitting on the sidelines. I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient. And let's see, UAL. Boeing. I think a lot is dependent on the SPY right now. I really do. OMI seems like it wants to break out again. I'm wondering if I should trust it. Wondering if I should trust it. Yeah, I should have. No, I shouldn't have. Wait, yeah. I don't try, guys. This is not a good stock for me to try to trade. I'm taking it off my watch list. It's too whippy. Forget about it. I'm not even watching that anymore. Not even watching it. BA looks like it could make a move down. Kind of missed that one. A little late. Let's see. Again, the airliners I am not as bearish on as I am the cruise ships. The cruise ships I am much more bearish on. RCL. RCL, I mean, it looks like this looks like a good entry point for RCL. See, it's holding that moving average, really holding that 5 or that 9 moving average. Of course, that is the 1 minute. So we could get another pop up, but I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Well, there we go. So let's look up J&J again. I just saw some news come back across on on TradingView. That's interesting. This might be good for a bullish move. Let's see, PSTV is also hitting at a level that we talked about. So PSTV looks like it's coming up. I will want to know if it hits past 274. Very whippy. I'll put it back up though. PSTV 275. Ask add. Okay, go back to J&J real quick. So SPY's making a little bit of a move up, which is nice. I don't know, guys. I think J&J might be worth going long on. So I'm going to go long here. See if we get a move up. It's moving slowly. It's moving slowly. Don't like it. Really want to see it push. It's a slow mover, so you got to be more patient with it, but I really want to see it push. Taking half. We got 50 shares. There we go. 50 shares at 129.93. Really want to see a breakout past 130.67. Slow mover. Slow mover. Don't like it. I'm out. $3 loss on J&J. No big deal. I don't do good with slow movers. Not when going long. Anyway, just because I'm not a long bias trader, and so it's always in my mind, like, man, what if this thing drops? Like, what if they jump out the window? You know, bulls take the stairs, bears jump out the window. So I don't want to be holding on to its back as it's free falling, from 500 stories. Let's see. This one looks like it could be good. I would like to get a pullback, but I'll jump in at 40. Looks like it's going to make a significant move up. We got 400 shares at 40. Really want to see it continue to jump past 50. Slow moving, coming out half. Pay for the trade at least. Okay, coming out, paid for the trade. I just, like I said, guys, I don't do well with the slow movers. Although it's about to make a very significant breakout here at 150. This is the one I think I said was like a 17 million share. What is it? 17 million? Yep. Yeah. Well, no, 12 million. It shares outstanding. 17 million. Okay, so 12 million. So we've got to see a lot of volume come in here for me to feel good about this. Got to see a lot of volume. It's going to take a minute to push it up, but we could get a breakout past, what's this breakout point here? What's the breakout? Is that 150? I mean, that could be significant. That could be significant. And people could be waiting for blue sky breakouts past that point, so Boeing's pulling back, cruise liners pulling back, VWAP rejection, it's pretty big. Man, I wish I had gotten in on that EMA rejection there. It's a nice rejection, but not quite ready to jump in on it yet. CCL, we could take CCL. I could take CCL, because it would only be like I don't know, how much of a loss would it be here? Let me look on the 5-minute. Well, it'd be a $80 loss with 200 shares, so I don't know if I'm committed to that. I could take it above VWAP. I could take it if it comes back above VWAP. But again, very bearish, very bearish right now on these cruise ship stocks. Very bearish. And I mean, even if you look at RCL, I mean, look at this. It was a $134 stock just 2 months ago. I mean, you've got to be. If I was an investor and I see this continue to go down, I mean, this could be reduced to nothing. We're sitting at $30, but this could go down to $10. I mean, look at JNUG. Did you ever think JNUG was going to get all the way down there? It's just ridiculous. So people are thinking long term. Even if you got out here, even if investors saw this as a place to get out, they know that $20 later they can buy back in and get twice the shares that they had before and still be able to sit in some cash. So I don't know. This is the more I talk about it, the more I want to go short. SPY's pushing, but SPY is not looking great on the 5-minute. Of course, nothing. I have a very hard time giving any kind of credibility to SPY right now, honestly. So I think this is a good place to try to go short here. Now it may run against me, and if it does, then whatever, but still think that this is a good spot and that we could come down. But we'll find out. Where are we at on the 5 minute? Okay, there's a lot of room to move back, so I don't want to give it that long, but SPY is pulling. Let's see if we can come down. Where did I take this? 45. Definitely want to see a push. Definitely want to take 100 off at 25, yeah. Buy 100 at 25. See if we can get those filled. Nope. SPY's pulling. RCL's pushing. Okay, I'm going to come out half my shares there because I don't like how much buying I'm seeing. And I'm going to take that 100 off at 25. Okay, there's a struggle here. There's definitely a struggle here, but I want to see a breakdown. And I want to see this come down, back down to test these levels here at like 28.90, 28.80. If it keeps moving against me, I'll have to get out. But SPY is pulling. So I will consider adding at the break of 29.20 if it breaks. But if this starts coming up, I'm going to have to get out. Really need to see a good strong flush down to the 29 level. SPY looks like it's pulling. Don't want to get caught in a squeeze. Come on. Come on, RCO. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Ah, come on. Man, this is it, guys. This is it. It's got to do so. It's tightening up too much. It's winding up too much. It's got to do something here soon. SPY's pushing. Okay, coming out half. Only got 50 shares now. Just going to give this a chance to work itself out. If it starts coming back down, we will definitely end up adding. I want to see a break of 29.39 and then 29.20. Okay. It's cranking up. It's cranking up. And watching SPY. SPY looks like it's going to get a VWAP breakout. Let's see. $50 shares is easy to hold on to. I'm not too worried about it. Looking at the 5 minute, I still think we can get a retest of 29. But at this point, I'm going to look for a place to add. And I want to make sure SPY gets rejected and comes back down towards its previous day close. Boeing was the big winner of the day today so far. All this other stuff is just really paying for commissions. And I'm not going to be trading too much more after this, guys. I'm going to try to make one more solid move on this cruise ship stock, you know. But again, SPY has to make some serious moves back to previous day close. I want to see it break, and then at the same time, I want to see RCL start to come back past all these levels here. So on the 5 minute, yeah, we need to. I want to see a drop. I want to see a significant drop. There we go. There's a good drop there. Good drop there. SPY's rejecting off that EMA. There we go. Can we get a break? Let's go in. I'm going 229.26. See if we can get a break of that. Okay, SPY's pulling back. Take off some of my shares there. We got 125 at 29.22. See a continued move down. Come on. Okay, coming out. Gonna stay in at 385, wait for a pullback. It's almost like it's double bottoming. So I want to see a good strong push, and SPY's getting bought up right now temporarily. So let's look at CCL, see if there's any divergence. CCL's doing the same thing, you know, forming this little double bottom on the 1 minute and pulling back up to these levels. So kind of glad I got out there. RCL showing a little divergence though. It's not getting bought up quite as much. SPY is still weak. I mean, it's getting bought up, but the buy volume is not that great. Not on the 5 minute anyway. Let me check the 2 minute, the 1 minute. Yeah, it's not that great. It's not that great. So I might even add back in 100 shares. I wanted to get that ad at 40. Okay, so SPY's being bought. More volumes coming in. RCL is still showing divergence. CCL is moving with SPY. RCL, it's like it wants to, but this is the perfect pick right here, because as soon as SPY begins showing weakness, this one will probably go the quickest between the two. So, but at this point, it's going to be kind of, I'm going to have to take the trade on anticipation rather than confirmation. Oops. Yeah. CCL's getting a really strong push. RCL still hesitant. ZM making a move up. Looks like it's breaking high of day. And it looks like it's going for all-time highs at 164.94. This might be a good trade to the long side. I would first want to wait for a pullback, but we may not get that pullback. So let's see if we get that pullback, because it could just be moving with the SPY right now. Let's see if we can get in with 50 shares. Yep. There we go. 160.02. Oh, that would have been a good spot. 160.02. See if it comes back. SPY looks like it wants to keep pushing up. I don't know. BLPH is out. I'm done with that. Taking it off the watch list. CCL, RCL. RCL still looking weak. I think if SPY gets another rejection off this level, it's tapping up on, I think we're probably going to come down. So SPCB has basically run up to that level. So this is going to be a breakout here. Wait a second. Yeah, well, it broke out here at 150 rather. Let's see here. RCL still teetering around those levels, guys. I like it. I like it. 2 minute, respecting that 5. SPY pulls back. This could be it. This could be it. SPY pulls back. Or let's see. Yeah, SPY looks like it's getting a rejection off that level. Okay. Okay, now there's divergence with RCL. There's divergence there. I don't know why. I could risk $30 on this. I don't want to, but let's see if I can get a little closer. 29.50. Okay, I'm going to go in 100 shares at 29.46. And then let's see. If it breaks out above 57, I'll take it. So 29.59. Stop buy. Do a real tight stop there. Although, wait, I may actually, let me rethink that for a minute. Where would it be? 70? 70 maybe? Yeah, this may. Let's just see. Let's see. May just need to take a quick scalp here, yeah? SPY's pulling. SPY's pulling. There we go. So now if it comes above 50. Okay, I'm going to just take that. We're up at 398.83. Quick scalp on RCL. This basically pays for the trades I've taken on it and maybe even bought me a Chick-fil-A sandwich. 29.16. SPY has got to get rejection. So as you can see, there's a level that I marked out. Now it looks like it could be also forming a descending wedge here. But this is a key level that I marked out based on some of these other previous levels here. And not really, I don't think this is a daily level, 256.63. Yeah, I don't think it's a daily level. But you can see that we are getting rejection off it, at least temporarily. What we need to see is follow through, and then I'm looking for a break of previous day close. Okay, that's kind of the move that I feel like the SPY needs to make for me to have any more bearish positions today. So, and this is the 5-minute chart. It's just a matter of, again, you know, just waiting for that moment of patience. Let's look at CCL. CCL's still got some divergence, or still following. It has less divergence, excuse me. RCL really looks like, I mean, if it really cracked through these levels, this could be it. This could be it for RCL. So SPY is pulling hard. Can we get a hard pull on RCL? Move down to $29. SPY is sitting on the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. I could take a shot. I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to take a shot. And I'll get out if I have to. Oh, come on. Man, what a whip back on RCL. Let's see. Come out half there. And just lost what I made on that. That's okay. Rather come out half. SPY seems like it's breaking through VWAP. So I'll add back in again if I can. We really need to see RCL come down here. Okay, and then there's another pullback. Another pullback. So, okay. So 26. Okay, gonna come out another half. Man, how whippy is this? How whippy is this? It's okay. We're still up 375. RCL looks like it's making a strong push, respecting that trend line. Very whippy. I may need to come out of this and just leave it alone altogether. We've come down here so many times. SPY looked like it was breaking VWAP. Let's see. It may just be having a minor pullback. Checking the 1 minute. Yeah. Got to be careful. Got to be careful. But man, if SPY can just break and hold that below that VWAP and make its way back down towards the previous day close, I really think that RCL will follow suit. And will finally come down and test these levels, but who knows? Who knows, guys? SPY is continuing to get VWAP rejection. Strong. But, there's a war. There's a war right there. Trying to hold VWAP. Oh, it's pushing. It's pushing real nice. Okay. I'm going to look for a place to come out on this for now. Although I do like the divergence. Okay. Got to come out, guys. Up 363, probably really only up maybe $300 after fees and commissions. So this may be, yeah, I'm glad I came out. I'm glad I scaled out of my position and cut my losses. Finally breaking that trend line. So let's look at CCL. What's CCL doing? So now CCL is the one that's showing a little bit more of the divergence. So that's interesting. The story is kind of switched up between CCL and RCL. ZM's pulling back. Boeing is still making that move down. Like I said, I told you guys, I really feel like it's going to come down and test that 141 level. And if nothing, well, at least test the 141 level and then maybe even break down into the 130s. And here we go. We're making some pretty good moves here. We may just need to try this out one more time. Could get a bounce here. Could get a bounce here. Nope. Nope. Is it going to get the breakthrough? It's getting a breakthrough. Let's see. There we go. Now it's bouncing. Now it's bouncing. That's a very important level. The 141 level is very important. Plus SPY is pushing, and so let's see here. I'll tell you what, man. People are. Let's see if I could do little scalps here. SPY's breaking out past that critical level that I had marked out, and it is coming up to test pre-market highs at 257.24. See if we get 143.58 and get a really quick scalp, maybe a quick $25 scalp. See if we can get that. As long as SPY's getting bought up like that, I think, there still is divergence. So I think it is possible to get a quick squeeze up on Boeing. Of course, let me look at this level. 143.66. Yeah. Would have to immediately put in 143.33 and a buy. Okay, got to be careful with this one. I'm going to come out. SPCB getting knocked around, kicked around a lot. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to remove that one from my watch list. ZM VWAP bounce maybe. Yeah, let me check that out. Yeah, maybe so. I still think it's possible for it to test all-time highs here at 164.94. Flip is calling Uber. There's a bounce off some lows. Let's see if ZM, let's see, might start with a 50 share position. Going to want to see fast resolution. Suffering a pullback. Hesitated buying those lows. Flip. Check out Uber. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Sentiment's still pretty good on Uber, but I don't know. I can't call it. I can't call it on this one right now. I'll put it on the watch just to check out later. Let's look at CCL. So the last couple of trades that I've taken have not really done that well. So, you know, I am at that point. I mean, I did say that, hey, you know, I'm going to, you know, if I get up to the, you know, 300 levels, I'm going to stop. So the only reason I keep going is because I can still take a trade and end over the 300 level. It's the only reason I'm still going. You know, if there's a trade that, let's say I'm risking, let's say I risk $50 on, okay, so I may have to cut it at 310, and then of course I would be out. But say I'm risking $50 on to make maybe $150. Well, it's going to be worth it to me to push that over the $500 mark if I genuinely can take that kind of, get that kind of a risk to reward setup. You know, or even if I scalp, you know, say there might be some scalps where I'm risking, say, you know, I don't know, $10 to make $40, or even $20 to make $40. You know, if I take enough of those scalps and take, say, 3 or 4 more of those scalps, and you know, say I take 4 of them and 3 of them work in my favor, well, then I can probably get myself a lot closer to that $500 mark. But the key is right now is I cannot take any trades risking me to break below 300. I have to end today at 300. Like, that's the deal. That's the agreement for the next 10 days. If I make it over this mark, you know, I need to stop trading. And, you know, it would be one thing if I was only up like $302. Well, then, yeah, I would need to stop because that gives me no room to risk on another trade. But we've been kind of teetering around the $400 mark here for the past few trades, and I think it's possible to at least break that, and I think it's possible to push it up to 500, but I've got to be patient. The other thing that I'm going to exercise today is officially stopping at that 11 o'clock, maybe 11:30 mark. So, you know, obviously we're in the green right now. There's no reason to, you know, try to trade after that. Sure, I may come back in later, you know, this afternoon, look at power hour. I may set some alerts, and obviously if there's some crazy action and I feel like I can jump in on something, again, not risking losing you know, or going below that $300 mark. Like I have to end today. My P&L has got to read 300. So let's see. Wait, was ZM may fail. Scalped it to cover a loss on ZM. So yeah, ZM. You know, it's tricky right now. It's tricky. Everybody in the world thinks, including me, thinks that this has a great opportunity of breaking 164.94. But we know that here lately, everybody in the world has, you know, essentially been wrong 100 times on this thing. Wait a minute, this is actually going. Excuse me. Why is my daily chart showing 164.94 when the actual all-time high was this pre-market or post-market? Oh, that could be a misprint. So where did we hit? 166. We still hit higher than that. It's showing 16. It should be showing. Okay, so that kind of changes the story. That puts us a little further out from it than what I thought. This is why charting on your broker platforms are not the best. It's doable. You can get away with it and you can do fine. You can do fine, but you have to be careful. This charting can be tricky. It's not going to be as accurate as, you know, TC2000. Let me look this up on, okay, so here we go. What is the daily showing on TradingView? So on TradingView, the daily is showing. Now, TradingView, the way that I've got it set to, it's not showing any pre-market or post-market data. So it is showing the all-time highs on TradingView, which a lot of investors look at. A lot of swing traders, people, they look at. A lot of people discount pre-market and post-market. That doesn't matter to a lot of people because the volume's light and they just see it as disingenuous, you know, price action. So right now, TradingView is showing right at $165. Okay, which, I mean, 164.94. I mean, that's, so it's close enough. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. So anyway, guys, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. All right, guys, and we are back. So ZM is making a push. Very much want to try to get in on this. Let's see. I want to see it. It's got to move. It seems like it really does. Honestly, guys, this really does seem like it's moving with SPY. It really does. The chart, it doesn't look similar, but I just think any weakness on the SPY right now could send this tumbling back down. So, and you know, guys, I hate it. I hate how we have to constantly look at the SPY with all this mess. It's just ridiculous. I hate it, you know. But I don't know if the SPY's showing weakness now. This is showing weakness. This is almost. I mean, this has failed. It's failed. But then again, this could just be going into chop. So we could be entering into chop. But then again, there could be a nice little sell-off back down to this trend line. And so obviously that would, you know, you got to calculate the risk to reward on that. Undoubtedly. I might even, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to kind of leave that one alone right now. BA is continuing to make its move down, showing definite divergence from the stock. UAL is looking good. Let's look at AL. AAL is looking, so not really much divergence there. RCL, CCL looking the same. It's all the same. Uber's making a retracement. Could have seen that coming. ZM still chop. So ZM and BA, honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and move ZM up. I think these are I think these are the ones to be watching right now. Let's see if work is doing anything. No, not really. How's everybody doing today? Is this a good day for some people? Is it a frustrating day? What do you guys think? 41.87. I think Boeing definitely has an opportunity to make its way down. Up 39 so far, small trades. Okay, cool. Yeah, keep them small, man. Don't feel like you have to go all in. 141.87 is where. So I'm going to get back in on this one at the break of 142. Boeing right here. Let's see. Is that going to be good? Yeah, 142. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get in the anticipation of the break. Think we should get it. Okay, coming out half. Not going to risk too much. We'll do it again if we get the chance. Think we could make it down to 141. Back down to 141. It's not breaking 142, guys. It's having a really hard time breaking 142. But I think a lot of people want to see the break of 140 today. Wow. Wow, it's just not doing it. Come on, there we go. Every time it looks like it's gonna break 142, it gets bought up. I gotta get ready to get out of here if I need to. We're in at 142.09. Okay, there's the break. There's see how long we can hold on to these shares here. So 141, got 25 shares. SPY's getting bought back up. Okay, I'm gonna come out. 366.58. So Boeing's chop. Boeing's chop. Now if we can get back down to 141, there it is. Maybe I should have been more patient with that one. See if we can get back in on the break down there. So 141 showing some resistance. A lot of resistance at 141. And then the break is at 140.68. We got to break through 140.68 next. SPY's pushing. Could be getting a rejection. Do not want to get in on this if this is going to be a squeeze. Up around 100 something. Reviewed my tape from Friday. Learned a lot about my trades and chop, trying to improve. Good job. Good job, note again. Sauger, you'll be negative. Can't concentrate. Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't slept much, man, I'd be very, very careful. Very careful, Sauger. Yeah, Boeing looks like it's making a strong push with the SPY. So, okay. Man, I should have waited for that extra little push down there. 141. That could have been good. Could have been good. RCL, UAL. Okay, wow, UAL's really pushing. RCL's not really doing much. CCL's not doing much. You can see the difference between the airliners and, I mean, I'll bet if we even go to AAL, yeah, it's making a good little push up, although it's not nearly as strong as United. Let's see what Delta's doing. Where was it? Come on. Delta, where you at? Yeah, Delta and United are both making a little bit of a stronger move. Oh, I didn't mean to add that. Boeing. ZM. Don't trust ZM, not the way that it was chopping around the other day, but it is showing divergence with the SPY. Might be interested in that. Boeing definitely going to be interested in if it starts to make its way back down. I think Boeing, I mean, really overall, even though it does kind of follow some of the big push-ups with the SPY, if you compare the two charts, I mean, Boeing's going down, SPY's going up. Okay, so overall, Boeing is, and let's look at ZM. ZM's kind of sideways. ZM's been like that, though. ZM is just Yeah. So this is the main This is the main or the most divergence we're seeing right now. Again, Boeing steadily coming down, SPY steadily going up. You can see even more particularly, excuse me, I'm not even sharing with you the 1 minute. Here's the 1 minute. Steady uptrend, steady downtrend. Okay? We can even compare the 5 minute charts. SPY's moving up, Boeing's moving down. So I really think Boeing has some great potential to break through this 141 level and make its way down to 134, maybe even 132, and who knows, maybe even 127. Maybe even 127. But so this is what I mean when I say you got the SPY chart right here. SPY is making these strong push-ups, and Boeing is kind of pushing up with it during the real rushing strength of the SPY. But overall, it's still pulling down. This means that if SPY comes up and say taps this level and then starts rolling over to test this level, Boeing could see a whole nother leg of a move down during that time frame. So that's kind of what we're going to be watching for. But I'm not getting in anything right now. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. So I just want to kind of check I'm on light speed right now, checking my. So let's see. Okay, flip called the SPY breakout. Yep. Watching it right now. It's breaking out. It's over the pre-market highs, but it's gonna. I expect for there to be a pullback, but I don't know. We could be in a daily consolidation pattern that we might be just kind of getting into a tightening range. So I still think we're ultimately going to see a leg down and a retest of those lower daily levels. Sauger down 270, including commission, done trading. Okay, shake it off, Sauger. Hey, listen, man, I'm going to tell you right now. Being a new dad and everything, it's just, and especially, in this time where you guys are getting very little sleep, you're dealing with, I mean, you just brought in a whole nother human being, man. So I think there's a lot mentally that comes with that we probably don't even realize. I think there's so many things going on in our mind and even with our emotions and just physically, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, that I think is just beyond our human comprehension to completely internalize. So, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where you may feel fine. You may be thinking to yourself, man, I'm good. I can do this, I can, but it's kind of like, it's almost kind of like somebody who's got cancer and they don't even know it yet, and, I hope to God that is nobody in this chat, but just a little side note there. But it's kind of like, you could be walking around with a disease, even the coronavirus. They say that you could have it for 2 weeks and not, before really experiencing any type of symptoms. And so all of that being said, I guess my main point here is, when you are a new father, there's I think a lot of that same dynamic. There's so much going on internally that is so far beyond our human comprehension to be able to really just process. You just got to be careful, man. You gotta be careful. And I would encourage you, man. I know as hard as it is, and dude, I don't even know if I would even take my own advice on this. I just I wasn't when my son came around, I wasn't even really trading much then. I still had some stuff going on with crypto. Crypto went into a little bit of a nice little bull run last spring, last summer, and so I had some stuff going on there, but it was more swing trading stuff. I was not day trading at all. But I think if I was during the time, I don't even know if I would take the same advice that I'm trying to give you right now, because let's face it, we love day trading. It's very, very hard to sit on our hands. But dude, if you can be more disciplined than me, I'll say it like that. If you can find more discipline than me, I think the smart thing to do probably right now with the new baby and everything, I think the smart thing to do would very possibly be to just just be careful, man. Just be careful. Try not to trade if you can. You will feel so much better another couple weeks from now. Like once you guys kind of get into the routine, and once you start getting the baby sleeping through the night and catching up on sleep and stuff like that, you'll be in a lot better position. So, made a lot of rookie mistakes today. Hey, I've been there, man. Hard not to day trade, but tomorrow I'll need to reevaluate my energy. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. You know what, man? Let me make a recommendation. There's actually a book out there that my wife and I. Did I tell you about this book? Did I discuss this on this channel yet? If I did, I don't want to sit here and run my mouth and just, you know, yap for no reason. But did I tell you guys about this book called Baby Wise? And I know this is a day trading channel. For all you guys out there that don't really care about this, just bear with me for a minute. But so I didn't tell you about Baby Wise. Listen, you have got to get that book. Y'all have got to get that book. Listen, it's one of those things where, like, we had so many friends telling us about it. And I told you guys last week that my wife and I are like the last people we know to be having kids. Like, all of our friends have had kids. Our family, you know, my sisters and their husbands, you know, I've got nieces and nephews and stuff. And so, oddly enough, one of my sisters and her husbands did, it's called Baby Wise again. They did Baby Wise with all three of their kids, and it worked for every single one of them. We've got my wife on her side of the family, one of her sisters and her husbands did it with all three of their kids. And they are huge Baby Wise advocates. They're like, you got to get this book. You got to get this book. And then we actually had several other friends of ours that we started finding out that did Baby Wise with their kids. And apparently this Baby Wise thing has been literally used by millions of parents now worldwide over the last, I don't know, 20, 30 years. But it's a really, really great way to, order it now for real. It's basically, you know, the idea is, and I'm trying to think of the best way to, or the quickest way to put this, because again, I know you guys are here for day trading. You're not here to talk about babies. But this is just for my boy Sagar. I want to help a brother out here. So, the idea is you're bringing this child into your world, and there's so many parents out there, and and we probably would have been these people if we didn't know about Baby Wise, if we didn't read this stuff. But yeah, we probably would have been those people. But there's a lot of people that bring a baby into the world, and they do everything they can to cater to the baby. And it's almost like the baby sets the schedule. The baby tells you when the baby wants to eat. The baby tells you when the baby wants to sleep. The baby tells you when the baby wants to be awake. And so what happens is, all these parents, and I think my parents even did it this way. I think people just commonly do it this way just because they don't know. First time parents don't know. They don't get it. They don't understand. But you end up, like, this baby ends up dictating your schedule for you. And, you kind of get into this thing where, like, every time it's crying, you just feed it. And so then it kind of dictates to you when it eats. And the whole idea with Baby Wise is, like, they even went way back to, like, thousands of years ago. Like, how did people bring babies into the world? Like, how were babies, like, naturally brought into the world? And the fact of the matter is, in our modern day culture, we have so many luxuries available to us that, we can accommodate a baby schedule. But way back then, like, people had very specific tasks that had to be done and performed, and you couldn't just get food with the click of a button or by going through a drive-through. Like, people were growing their own food. They were, like, and so this baby had to get on your schedule. Like, this baby had to work around your schedule, and you're bringing this baby into the world, and you are teaching this baby how to get in on your schedule. And so what it does is it really helps you get this baby on a very disciplined and regimented sleep eat, wake, sleep cycle. Okay. And so just bear with me one more minute here, just so I can kind of give you the full understanding of this right now. And it has been miraculous. It has been absolutely miraculous and like, everybody who recommended it to us was right. but it takes a little bit of discipline. But the idea is you get this baby on a schedule where he sleeps or she sleeps. In your case, she sleeps. She wakes up and you immediately feed her. You immediately feed her when she wakes up, and then you keep her up. So she, you give her like an hour wake time. I forget, like they give you the time frames of like when they're like 3 weeks old, 4 weeks old, 6 weeks old, 3 months old. Like so I don't exactly remember the specific time frames for, when they're that first couple weeks. But the idea is you feed them immediately, then you give them a wake time, and then you put them to sleep. That way they're not depending on food to sleep. But you put them to sleep, and even if they like kind of grovel around a little bit, like you try to get them used to that schedule, that wake, eat, or eat, wake, sleep schedule. And so I know I'm kind of botching it. I'm probably even making it a little bit more confusing right now, but basically our son is on a very disciplined schedule with that. Like he literally, and he abides by it. Like it's worked into his biological clock. They call it a cicada rhythm or whatever. It's worked into it. Like he knows when he gets up, he gets fed. And then during his wake time, like we can take him out in public. People always say to us, they're like, wow, you've got such a great baby. Like, man, he's so calm. He's not crying. He's just sitting there. Like, well, yeah, because he knows his schedule. He knows he's not going to get fed if he cries. He knows that we wake him up, we feed him, he has a long wake time, and then he goes to sleep. And then at the end of that cycle, we get him up, we feed him. Like it's just worked into his body. So he just knows. So he's not always crying. He's not always whining. He's not dictating to us, when we should be taking care of him and how we should be taking care of him. Like we're dictating it to him. We're bringing him into our world. We're getting him on our schedule. Okay. And so anyway, it's been very miraculous. Like people don't believe us when we tell them that we had him sleeping through the night pretty much at 8 weeks. 8 weeks old, he was at least sleeping 7 hours. And by I think it was 12 weeks or 14 weeks, something like that, we had him literally sleeping almost 12 hours through the night. So not quite, really 11 hours, if you think 11 and a half hours, but we put him down. We basically feed him at 8 o'clock. The last night or the last feeding of the day, you do give him a bottle before you put him down. So, because you have to get them through the whole night, those calories have to, get them through the whole night. So that's the only time where you feed them before you put them down, is the final put down of the night. Now, obviously with your baby being only a week or two old, you're not doing that yet. They're not going to be sleeping through the night, at least until, like I said, 12 to 14, maybe 15 weeks. But by roughly 12, 14 weeks, we got it to where we would give him his last bottle of the day. He'd basically go down at 8:30. He'd wrestle around a little, whatever, but he'd basically fall asleep. And now we get him up at 8 o'clock. So, and we know people, dude, like we know people who had a baby roughly around the same time, and they're still like getting up 2 times a night to feed their baby. Like they have no clue about this. And we're trying to tell them, like, you need to get Baby Wise. So anyway, get Baby Wise, follow it to the T. You got to be disciplined. You got to be, it's hard sometimes, because sometimes, when you're trying to teach the baby the cycle, sometimes like the baby's like crying and stuff, and you want to go pick them up. Like you don't want to leave them in there to sleep, but you got to leave, or her in your case, you got to leave her in there. Like you got to, obviously if they're just screaming and going on a tear, and sometimes babies get colicky and stuff, like obviously you have to play it by ear. There are some times where you have to tend to the baby, and you got to be mindful of that. But the book talks about all that stuff. But if you're disciplined to it, man, you stick to it, you're going to have this baby sleeping through the night in no time. And this baby is going to be the best baby on the planet. Seriously. So check it out. And for all you other guys that have stayed in here during this time, thank you. I apologize. So, but anyway, no more baby talk. No more baby talk. We're going to get back to stocks now. So. I do kind of like to look at ZM. Look at ZM. What did I tell you guys, man? I told you everybody's expecting it to go up to that high, but watch, it'll probably do the opposite thing, man. It's such a whippy, choppy, unpredictable stock, man. You got people moving in and out of this all day long, but Zoom is on the up and up right now. I think the sentiment on it overall is pretty bullish. It's probably why, you have sell-offs and then it gets bought back up, and people coming in with their Robinhood apps throughout the day looking for good stocks to buy, and they're like, oh, this has had a nice little pullback, I'll buy this one, and um, so Bowen's getting a VWAP rejection. Good call, Noter. And I saw it when it came through. I saw it when it came through, Noter. I wonder if we can get a quick flush here. Might do another test of VWAP. Let's see where it is on the 5-minute. Okay, 5-minute. 143.94. May break that low. Let's see. Here. Oh, didn't get it. You guys saw that order. Skipped right past my order. That would have been a nice, quick little move right there. It's breaking that 5-minute low. That would have been a great move. It was only 50 shares. I mean, I probably would have only made 20, 30 bucks off of that. I would have scalped it real quick, but that would have been enough to put me up closer to 400, and that would have been paid for the trades on the day. Right now, I'm showing about $35 in commissions. So, but SPY's on a pullback right now. I think that, let's see. Okay. It's basically bouncing off a level where it had opened, it had gapped down and opened on the 27th. So that's a significant enough level, and it's almost kind of at that level. Is that where all that flat top action was going on the other day? Yeah, it is. It's where all that it's getting close to that level where all the flat top action was from, I think, Thursday. Okay, SPY looks like it could continue moving. So Boeing might be good for another push down. Let's see. SPY's getting bought up a little here. Okay, it's a significant buy up. Boeing's getting a little buy up here. I should see if SPY pushes. Here, we're going to get in here. Get in here, see if we can get a push down to 43. SPY's getting a little bit of a pull here. There we go. See if we can get a breakdown through 43 on these 50 shares. Come on. It's pausing. I'm going to come out half. Keep 25 shares. I really want to see SPY drop here. And I really want to see the break of 143. Might even add back in. SPY looks like it ought to start tanking here. But it might get bought up, so. Come on. Come on, Boeing. Get a rush down. Let's get a rush down. Come on. There you go. See if we can get the move. See if we can get a move. Come on. Come on, Boeing. Crack 43. Crack 43. Crack 43. Come on. SPY's pulling. Bowen's showing divergence. Don't like that. Get out if we have to at 143.51. Oh, come on. Come on. SPY looks like it's still pulling, so may just hold on to this 25 shares. See if we can get a breakdown here. May add, SPY's pulling. Boeing's being difficult. Okay. Okay, can we get a move down? Yeah. There we go. Take half. Okay, take half there. Okay. We're up 379. Let's see where these other 13 shares will go. I know it's boring. 13 shares, not much. But let's see what it does. Let's break that 42.50. Come on. Come on. SPY's getting a retest. Okay, coming out. Coming out. All right, so we're up 387.71. Scalping our way to 400. Nice little move there on Boeing. Up 375.82 on Boeing for the day. We are nearing the 11 o'clock hour, guys. So what I may do is I'm gonna start tending to some other work here. I may leave the live stream up just for a little bit for those of you guys, or excuse me, for those of you who want to, you know, just continue to chat or whatever. May put my spy chart up for you with the different levels and stuff. Sorry guys if I got a little boring with the baby wise information. I told you I gotta help my boy out though. Gotta help my boy out. My boy's struggling over here. all new daddies struggle. Trust me, man. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. I try to help people wherever I can, you know. Boeing would be interesting to. Well, let me look at ZM again. Okay, ZM. So now ZM is. So here's what we've got going on with SPY, by the way. So just so you can see, here's the 5 minute, and it is bouncing off that 20. Notigan says, yeah, the struggle is real. 3 kids, Notigan. You could probably definitely give all of us some advice. Flip says SPY almost at VWAP. We're going to start calling this fatherhood trades. It's not going to be called conservative trades anymore. This is going to be called fatherhood trades. And we're going to talk about fatherhood and trading. How's that? Some of y'all are like, no, and no, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. I wouldn't do that to you guys. SPY looks like it's, you know, so we got that my only advice, 2 boys. Dadgum, man. That's 2 boys. And so here's the thing. My wife and I, we've talked about obviously, you know, having another one. I mean, we want them to have a little playmate, little play buddy, but it would be also nice to have a girl. Would love to have a little girl, man. I think there's nothing sweeter than little girls, man. You got, and I would totally be a daddy's girl. Or no, wait, no, she would totally be a dad. She would totally be a daddy's girl. And then, you know, we've got our boy, you know, so we could use that whole scenario, that whole situation to like teach him how to, like, you take up for your little sister, you know, like you know, you got to be a good big brother. You got to take up for her. You got to, you know, protect her and, you know, all that fun stuff. But, I don't know, man, if we had 2 boys that I could understand how things would get crazy. Things would definitely get crazy. So Yeah. Yeah, I'll bet your daughter's gonna be a daddy's girl Sagar. I can already tell. She's got a smart daddy. She's got a smart daddy. Um, let's see here. ZM trying to VWAP breaker again, wedge forming. Yeah, I'm wondering if ZWAP is or ZWAP. I'm wondering if ZM is just going to be a big chop fest. Wonder if it's going to be a big chop fest. I actually meant to include this in the episode of The Trader's Mind that I released this past weekend. Again, for those of you who missed that, you can. I did leave a link to the latest episode. If you look up in the comments, you'll see it. But I meant to include that as an example because it's just been so choppy lately. So, so this is what Spy's doing. Making a slight little recovery here. Yeah. So it's the 11 o'clock hour, guys. I mean, we are kind of getting into that time of day where it's choppy. I'm pretty satisfied with how the day's gone, and I'm satisfied to walk with this. um, it's obviously still not anywhere near what I feel like I am capable of doing or what I was doing even before a lot of this, market craziness stepped into play. But, it's enough. It's enough. Good job, Note again. All right, Sagar. Yeah, Sagar, get some sleep, man. Get some sleep. Get some rest. And be careful when you come into the markets right now. Like I said, I mean, there's no telling, no telling how difficult that sort of thing is going to be while going through what you guys are going through right now. If you are going to trade, man, I mean, I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but just be extra careful. I would say be extra careful on the trade stocks that you trade, and maybe even use a extra good bit of or an extra conservative share size even. All right, Sagar. All right, man. Peace out. RCL UAL. Boeing could be. This could be an a 9 EMA type of trade here. I still think. Now, obviously, this may also be a little dependent on what the spy ends up doing today, but I very much believe that if we could see a good solid break through these levels here and get a nice move down well into the 130s, and like I said, maybe even the 120s, and I kind of would like to take a position on that. I mean, if I did 50 shares here, where would I have to get out? So I'd be risking $50. Yeah, have to be very careful there. Wouldn't quite be risking $50. So I don't know. Maybe the answer isn't 50. Maybe the answer is 30. Where is it? 144. Yeah. Yeah, because if we get this move down, even on 30 shares, I mean, this could, if I could really genuinely hold it through a break of 140. I'm trying to think about this right now, guys. Okay, I'm going to jump in with 30 shares, and I'm going to put a stop at 144. So we'll even say 143.91. Stop by. Yeesh. Looks like it's gonna jump right up there and grab it too. Is it? Oh, come on. Yeah, it's probably gonna grab it. It's probably gonna grab it. Ah, back down to 360. I'm having a really hard time with those, breaking this out of the 360s range. Yeah, I hear you, Sauger. It's but I don't know. I don't know. I think a lot of it is dependent. I think a lot of it really is dependent on the SPY. I think this could get another rejection off the CMA, or it could get another rejection off of VWAP. But, you know, here's the thing. In the macro perspective, if, or in a more, I should say a more macro perspective, if SPY continues to just stay in a daily tightening range pattern, then I would say Bowen has probably lost most of its value. But you see here, I mean, you can see it's not holding that. It's not holding that EMA. It's not closing above it. It's having a really hard time closing above it. I mean, look at that. And it closed below it again. Closed below it again on the 5-minute. And I'll tell you what. I mean, if this goes, all right. All right, I'm going to give it another shot. I'm going to give it another shot on 30 shares. Obviously, if it comes up past 144, I have to get out. Let's see, where is it? 144.28, yeah. And come on. Really need to see this thing come crushing down at this point. Ah, got me again. trying, but it's pushing again. Question is it going to do it though? Oop. Well, we're gonna pull back, close, and then go? Like, is this the move? Going to VWAP again, yeah, maybe, but it just keeps closing below that 9 EMA. See, it keeps closing below that. This is why I keep getting in on it. Just looks like it could just go. SPY's pushing. Boeing is pulling. Continuously closing below that 9 EMA on the 5 minute. I mean, on the 2 minute though, 1 minute, it looks like, you know, it's on a gradual uptrend, but I mean, we've got a minute to see if this thing is going to stay. Let's try again. Let's try one more time here. Looks like it's going to fail. Come on. There we go. There we go. Come on. Push. It's going to close on the 5 minute. Is it going to close on the 5 minute? Uh-oh. Come on. It's going to close. Okay, I'm going to come out. Back up to 362.21. Because it closed right on that EMA, so I can't call it. Love to see it come breaking down. Still wanting to test it, but let's see, is it going to come up? Is it going to come up? See what it looks like on the 1 minute and the 2 minute. That 50 level, that 143.50 level is pretty clutch. Maybe get a quick scalp down there too. Okay, we got in there. See if we can break 50. See if we can break 50. Come on. Okay, coming out half. It's faking me out here, guys. Come on. And okay. All right. Coming out again. SPY's teetering though. I would take it again at 143.50 just one more time, because I think if we get a major drop on this, but nah, SPY's pulling. So all right, thanks, Notergen. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably following SPY right now. ZM is tapping on that trend line. It's choppy. So anyway, yeah, I've given back enough profits here, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a day, guys. At least right now. I mean, it doesn't seem like. Let me just look at some of this stuff here. Obviously, as long as SPY continues to go up, a lot of these are going to continue to go up. Let me look at J&J, see what that was able to do today. So that had a good continuation up. Very slow mover, which I don't do so well on, but very slow mover. Boeing is making its way up to VWAP, so just could not get the move I was looking for on Boeing. So lost about $40 to that, but that's okay. That's okay. We are still ending the day up. Let me see here. Let's see, 316. We're still ending the day up roughly around 300 after fees and commissions. So maybe, I don't know, maybe slightly lower than that, but hopefully you guys, some of you other guys out there did pretty well today. I think I still hold to, I think Boeing. Here's the thing: if SPY begins breaking down, and it just may not, it may just go on a slow uptrend and then maybe a slow downtrend just on the intraday charts. It may just be slow, either gradual, movement up. Of course, I think eventually it'll come back down. If we are going to stay in a tightening range, I think that's what's going to happen. Here's a daily chart, and I think I think it may do this for a couple more days. It could do that. I don't. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. I don't necessarily think it's going to do that, but I think it could do that. And if, as long as it is doing that, we're just going to remain in chop fest until this picks a direction. So now, could we get a daily breakout today? Sure. Yeah. And then obviously the story's going to change. That's good. That's good, Notergen. Good job. Good job. But for right now, I mean, you can even see Boeing. Boeing's breaking out. SPY's continuing to move up. So, this is kind of where I have found myself on pretty much on a daily basis struggling. around this time frame. And so I just need to get moving with it. So real quick, just so you guys know, and I think on second thought, I was gonna leave. I was thinking I should leave the live stream up for a little bit, but on second thought, with some of the work that I have to do today, just with my other job and everything, I'm very possibly going to need all my monitors. I actually just started thinking about that, just with some of the stuff I've got it up. The work that's come through up on this other monitor. So anyway, I'll probably go ahead and cut the live stream here, but I will go ahead and give you the daily levels that I marked out, for those of you who might be interested in knowing that. So this is pretty much, or not daily levels, but I have several levels marked out, and I'll give you kind of my if-then statements of what I would do. First of all, we've got this level marked here at 259.39, and this basically is around that whole area back here on Thursday where we just had all this flat top move, and then it kind of sold off at the end of the day, and then we came back and kind of tested those levels, and then came up to it, sold off, and then we finally broke out through it. So I kind of marked those levels there, and really you could even move this level up a little bit, because really the breakout point was right here, and it just so happens that this pretty much tapped pretty perfectly off of that. So roughly 259.68, basically the 260 area, I guess would be the way to call it. Let's see, 259.75 we can say. So we've bounced off of that, and the next level after that I have marked out is 260.81, and I kind of need, let's see, I think the next level after that would be 262.13, and then let's see, 262.69, and then obviously 263.69, I think. Let me make sure that's the daily level. Is that the daily level? Well, that must be a pre-market level. So on the daily levels, really, I guess what we should be paying attention to after here is 260.81, which basically lines up with this one right here, 260.81. So I'm actually going to make that a solid line, and I'm going to make that a green line, because technically that's going to be a breakout there. That's going to be a breakout there. Make that a little bit lighter. Yeah. So that's going to be a daily breakout, 260.81. That level is going to be very important to watch. And then, of course, we've got 262.80. So let's see, is that this level up here? 260. Yeah, 262.80. Okay, so I'm going to mark that one also. I'm going to mark that one also. So that's the critical level. That's the all-time high. So I'm going to make this one, actually I will make this one dashed, because this will show the previous day's level. And then this other one that I've got dashed that's green, this is previous day's close. So this is previous day high, previous day close. The solid line right here at 262.80 is going to be a good breakout spot, because that will show that the bulls are slowly gaining control. Okay, so those are those levels. And for intraday trading, if this starts making a move back, I think there's some stocks that will be good to trade on. ZM might show more weakness if that happens. And ZM has had a pretty good run up. So if it breaks this trend line, and if SPY is starting to come back down to these levels down here, I tend to think that ZM will offer some really good opportunity, at least back down to these levels here. So now obviously they all might move together, and so there would be signals that I would look for on the SPY to indicate that it was maybe going back down there. But I think SPY will probably, if you look at it here, I'm thinking very well may just end up testing VWAP and then, continuing up. It seems to have been respecting VWAP a lot more lately, I would say. Boeing, I think this is a short squeeze. I think there's a lot of people that were looking to get short and watch these levels come down here, and I still think they will. I still think they will. No, that may not happen today, may happen tomorrow. This is disingenuous in my opinion. I can't really see Boeing getting bought up too much further than this, and I personally would even be thinking about getting in. I might even take a quick scalp if it makes it close to the 150 area, because I can see it actually getting bought up to here and then dropping quickly. But UAL would get a retracement to VWAP, I think. RCL is still showing as though it's the weaker of these two. You got CCL and RCL. And CCL is basically doing what UAL is doing, and RCL is showing the weaker divergence. Let's see what Uber's doing. I don't even know if I would trade Uber today. But as you can see, SPY's coming to retest this level, and so we just have to, we have to see what happens there. But if it gets a rejection there, I might even. Seems like it's going to get a rejection. I might even average into a little bit of a position. Let's see. Like I said, kind of up to these areas here. Let's see, 148.60. I might even get in 25 shares. $25 shares at a time. Let's see. Well, SPY looks like it's breaking. No, if I did it, it would have to be a very quick scalp. It'd have to be, jump up, bite it, and then come back. So probably 149.60. $68. I would take it at 149.68 and then look for a quick buyback at 149.43 for 25 bucks. Just to put me back up to 370 something on the day. I think we could get that. SPY's pushing. Boeing might not even get up there. SPY's teetering around that level, guys. Doesn't look like it wants to. Right around 259.75. Doesn't look like it necessarily wants to break out. Boeing going to keep pushing? Let's see. SPY's pulling. SPY's rejecting off that level. Anytime it shows little strength, though, Boeing kind of goes on a little bit of a tear. There it goes. Probably going to drop without me. This would be a good place to go short. $148.02. Yeah, it's probably going to get the drop here. Let's see. There it is. Quick drop. Oh, that would have been a nice quick $50 right there. Just hesitated. Yeah, I need to stop. It's past 11:30, so I'm hesitating. I'm nervous. Anyway, so for those of you who are around, that's kind of where I marked. Hopefully, you got to see where I marked out my levels on the SPY. Notigan says that might move up to the 150 area. Yeah, it might. Very well may. Boeing, yeah, very well may move up to that area. And SPY looks like it's wanting to push through those levels. The thing is, though, if it cannot close above that level, which it closed right on it on the 5-minute. Looks like it's pulling back. I'm looking at the SPY right now. So, which is probably why Boeing's pulling back a little. So I think there will be a test. Yeah, I'm hesitating too much, guys. So 147 is previous support. If it can't hold, it has some room to fall. Yeah. Yeah, this could be a good spot. Man, SPY looks like it's... I want to take it, guys, but I want to be careful. Man, would have been another great move there. Another great move. 5 minute. Yeah, true. True, but I'm watching SPY right now, and SPY is showing that it wants to fail. Yeah. All right, guys. This is where I got to exercise the discipline. So, I mean, we've done well. We've done well today. Yeah, it came down a little bit, but it's okay. 345.96 on the day. I can handle that. And, I may come back later, as I always tell you guys, if there is an opportunity. It's got to be a great opportunity. There's got to be a lot more volume pouring into the market at that time. I'm not going to sit here in choppiness all day. So, this is kind of one of those things where I'm just going to kind of cut it here. I'm going to move on. I'll come back later. I'll check on it. I might even set some alerts or whatever, just in case Bowen is making a really strong move down and it looks like it's going to break 140. I would be willing to look back into all of that stuff. But whatever I do, I am not risking 300. So I'm either going to come back later with a recap of, being up $345.96 on the day, or maybe it'll be like a $310 something like that. I'm not going under 300 today. That's my commitment. I'm doing this for the next 10 days. I'm not risking it. I'm not risking it. Once I make 300, I'm going to walk at 300. So again, I don't mind coming in and maybe taking a trade if there's like a $30, if I'm risking $30 to maybe make 100 or something that's going to be significant enough to tack on, but something with very minimum risk. Doesn't matter. Either way, you're either going to come back later and see some kind of recap of 300 and some dollars, or who knows, maybe you'll see a recap of $500, $600, $700. But I'm pretty much done. Like I said, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to set some alerts. I'm going to close everything down. I'm going to just kind of put my head down, get to some of the other work that I have today. And anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed the live stream again. And yeah, you have a good day too, Notergen. Flip, yeah, see you tomorrow morning, Flip. Wonder where your boy Yoni B was today. Yoni B didn't seem to ever come through. But anyway, yeah, see you in the morning for sure. Looking forward to it. And you guys have a good rest of the day. And Work Diver, if you're there, if you're still there, Work Diver, hope you have a good afternoon as well. And look forward to seeing you again tomorrow too. So John, if you're still here, hope you have a good day also. Mark, if you're still here, hope you have a good day. Short it all, hope you have a good day. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow as well.